Hello subscribers and non-subscribers, and welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek New Horizons as the Terran Empire. Now, one thing I want to go and mention real quick is that this part's probably going to be shorter than usual. So, yeah. Just want to let you all know about that. Now, you're still going over there to merge with them, which is great. I'm going to get the game up to 3 speed. I want a couple more NX classes and Intrepids, if you don't mind. Lisabella, feel free to try and build me a Constitution class. Although it's not a Constitution class, but whatever. But yeah, so as I said, this part's probably going to be a little bit on the shorter side. So we got that naval capacity, which is helping us a little bit. Go for learn how to clear active volcanoes, I guess. Because we're sitting at max capacity anyway, so... I wish there were ways I could decrease build time. Or speed up build speed for ships. But there's really no way in this mod, sadly. As far as I know, hangar bays don't do anything. Well, actually, no, I think hangar bases do actually help you in a fight. I think they deploy fighters, actually. So, Andoria is probably going to get attacked, so maybe I can squeeze in a hangar bay before the assault, depending. I'm going to tell you to head back home, or at least to a friendly spaceport. Now, I do have the Ticking War Score mod on, so I could theoretically win by just taking Delta Pavonis and just sitting there and defending it. And so long as they don't take any of my other planets, specifically 2 of my planets, my Ticking War Score will continue to increase faster than they can do anything about it. Now, obviously, taking more than 1 planet is preferable, but theoretically I could make do with just taking 1 planet of theirs. And the Ferengi just got association status with the Galactic Axis, which are the Romulans. And the Bolians just declared the Shiliak Corporate a rival. You might be able to just barely squeeze it in. Depends how long. Oh, their warp cooldown is only 10 days, so yeah, you're highly unlikely to get that in time. The Hirogans just got knocked out.
We are tracking an enemy fleet.
Now in Doria, I want you to go and build me more defensive armies in the meantime.
They are assaulting our spaceport.
And I would do more about it if I had more ships, but I don't.
Construction complete. Construction complete. Scientific breakthrough achieved.
So exploration is great for large ships, while combat is great for small, fast ships. So we're going to go for exploration.
Breakthrough achieved.
Now, yeah, that's not useful. I think I'm going to go for the physics. Well, actually, no, the power hub's useful. Let's go ahead and slap these better warp drives onto our ships. Make our ships faster.
System survey complete.
The ISS Clark has finished its job. You go there.
The cowards have destroyed one of our spaceports.
It's fine, we'll live. We didn't really do any damage to them. Well, we might have actually, I don't know. Might have done a little bit.
Update.
I can't say with reasonable degree of certainty that it's not a whole lot if we did do anything to them. once you have this last NX.
Situation log updated.
We met the Zal and the Krenim. And since we met them at the same time, they're probably in an alliance with one another.
Construction complete.
There we go. Yes, they're in the Krenim Entente.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
That's not that helpful, though, to be honest. I will live with it, but yeah, honestly, it's not the most useful research. Met the Morali. We'll fight for a right to exist. Yeah, you hate me enough to not even allow me to try and offer you a non-aggression pact before you realize you hate me.
Our ships have been made superior.
Not that it means much. We still need more upgrades before our ships are really going to do anything.
Our ships have been made superior.
Getting photon torpedoes will help. Mars, if you don't mind, try and pump out another, not a Constitution class. Now they're busy bombarding Andoria. Now, for the time being, I'm going to focus on just trying to get some more ships in the fleet. Oh, I do need Earth to go and build me more assault armies. Two more Terrans. That'll get us up to 22 here. I'm going to go at 22 because it keeps the guys on the actual...
Been made superior.
allow them to stay on Earth where they're going to be all nice and safe until I have cleared out space.
Construction complete.
Now,
Scientific breakthrough.
Mars is going to take forever to get me anything really useful. Ooh, recruitment drive. Sure, why not? Orbital dockyard. Yes, please. Let's go and set the photon torpedoes on. It's roughly 1 extra damage on the patrol frigate. Same with everywhere else. It's an almost increase of 1. Now, these do have longer range, actually, if I recall correctly. Yeah, they're a range of 40, but sadly our sensors here, or yeah, our combat sensors go from 15 to 25 to 60. There's no 40 option, so I still need to keep these guys specifically on trying to approach the enemy and hold a range of about 25. Because, yeah, they don't really do anything if I tell them to get any closer. I am going to have Mars.
Enemy fleet.
It's fine, it's just a transport fleet. I'm going to have Mars build an orbital dockyard, though.
Construction complete.
Because Mars is going to be our go-to for a lot of construction, and cruisers already take forever, so decreasing it by an additional 33% is helpful. Because Mars already decreases the time it takes by 33% to the Utopia Platina fleet yards.
Have been made superior.
There we go, now our fleet is technically larger than theirs.
Our enemies hurl themselves at one of our planets.
And they are going to go ahead and probably be taking Andoria because of the way Stellaris works. Well, actually, maybe not.
Breakthrough achieved.
That is not a lot of defensive armies. They may not take it, actually. Or assault armies on their part. I might actually be able to beat them there, which is a little surprising because I wasn't expecting that. You're going to go and get a orbital dockyard now as well after you build that cruiser.
Our warriors have crushed the enemy ground invasion.
So our guys managed to win that, but they're not going to be healing. Yeah, their health is not going to go up at all. So I am still going to have the issue of... And that's just because they're going to be bombarding it. If they weren't continuing to bombard the planet, I'd be able to heal them. Now, But I want to wait until all these patrol frigates link up with the first fleet before I go out. I could fight up a gem. And then I'd be closer, and they wouldn't have to all fly as far. Might be worthwhile. But some of them will have to turn back, so at this point it's probably easier for me to just say screw it and wait. Do you guys... It looks like you guys might have an Oh no. What was that was built there? Oh, was that a cruiser I built somewhere else? Oh, I did build a cruiser somewhere else, apparently. Okay. You know what? That's fine, actually, Mars. I don't need you to build me that Constitution class right now, then. If you don't mind. I'd rather you focus then on getting the orbital dockyards built. And I think same with Earth. Earth, I think, is going to be also one of our main production facilities for the time being. Yeah, we're going to let these patrol frigates link up, and then we're going to go and hit that Romulan fleet. Now, hopefully my ships will prioritize their cruisers, because those are the main threat at the end of the day. Everything else, not really. Those cruisers, though, they're going to hurt me quite a bit. What's our main energy-producing planet? Chai is. Chai, I'm going to have you go into capacity overload to try and minimize some of our losses. I'm going to also have Earth do the same, I think. And same with Mars. Just to decrease the bleed of energy credits that we have. You know what? Yeah, you know what? Go and get that orbital dockyard built. We're not in any real rush. I still have other ships that are trying to get here to link up. One more, but I still technically am actually missing some patrol frigates. I mean, technically I need more cruisers as well.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Now, low temperature will increase evasion, which honestly is probably not that useful when it comes to the fact that I'm going to be mostly using big ships. That's just the way I play. I typically ignore the much smaller fleet or ship sizes. And generally works fine, actually. Especially here, because unlike in base Thalars where there's 3 weapon sizes, here you have light and heavy. And so, yeah. I think I'm going to go for Impulse, so that we can make sure to try and get our torpedoes within range quickly. Because those are going to be our main damage dealers.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
If I look at the breakdown... Oh no. Well, at least in the case of the Constitution, it's not actually... Yeah, in the case of the Intrepid, the photon torpedoes deal 6 extra damage compared to the pulse cannons. In the case of the NX, it's probably mostly because it replaced one of the cannon slots with the torpedo slot. And so, yeah, those torpedoes deal a whole hell of a lot more damage from the NX compared to the Intrepid. Same with the patrol frigates there. The main reason you do a whole hell of a lot more damage to your cannons compared to the torpedoes is because you have a heavy slot. But generally speaking, torpedoes are going to be the main damage dealers. So being able to get in range faster is a little bit more preferable to me. I'm going to go and research defense satellites. Mostly just because it's a nice quick tech to research. You're not currently upgrading, so let me get these new thrusters equipped, and then we can just do one upgrade. And this will speed everybody up. I could send them down to Mars to do it, but whatever. Okay, it's that same enemy fleet.
Our ships have been made superior. We have established a new planetary base.
Well, I haven't. My sector has. Now, it looks like they are actually going to be relatively close, but until they take Andoria, they are going to continue to throw things at it. Mars, can you... You could. You know what, Mars, you do it. You do that. Earth, build me 6 more patrol frigates. And then we're gonna go and attack.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
I don't really care for this, though, to be completely honest with you. Don't care the Frontier Hospital either, just learn to clear that. Cardassians just insulted me. Yes, 10 of my fleet's still a little bit larger. Okay, they got different cruiser design in here. I need to figure out what the difference is. That is an aceton assimilator. This one has electronic countermeasures. This one also has an extra science slot. Okay, so the Mogai 2 is, I guess, the newer one. Yeah. Well, presumably it's the newer one. Well, no, actually, it can't be. Because they had... Well, I don't know, actually. They might have had a 1-in-1 there of their cruiser designs. I don't know, they had something. If I wanted to build a, out of just general curiosity, one of those, how would it do? It would actually do more damage. That's before I apply the right EPS conduits, which don't seem to actually increase it, like, at all. Or at least they didn't do a substantive amount of extra damage increase. I tell you to hang at 25. Yeah. But it's a Constitution again, because they only have a single ship class design name listed for cruisers, I guess. And then I still have to build these anyway. No secondary deflector dish. Sorry, game. Breaks your heart, I know, but that's not really what I care for. I'd rather go with the crew bunks. Well, I guess it depends. Does the off-duty rapid shield infuser work in combat? That is a decent question. Yeah, I don't know if it might be worthwhile doing a heavy cruiser operations cruiser. Yeah, I'd probably do it like that. Wouldn't bother with the operations cruiser. Because 2 EPS manifolds doesn't seem to do much. And technically you do more damage compared to the Constitution. So you know what? I will design this. Oh, but it is a whole hell of a lot more expensive.
We are tracking an enemy fleet.
Another transport fleet comprised of another 10. So again, they're going to try... again, though, the armies here haven't recovered at all, so they might actually be able to take it this time around. I just want to make sure I have the fleet power.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Defense satellites don't care. Army damage, yes please, that's helpful. Admittedly, it's a little late for it to be particularly useful. You know what? Build me this one patrol frigate, and then, yeah, we're gonna have to go out there and relieve Andoria.
Our enemies hurl themselves at one of our planets.
Because,
Construction complete.
I mean, we might survive this one. We might. I don't know. But we're definitely going to be losing some armies even if we do survive this one. That I can say with a reasonable degree of certainty.
Our warriors have crushed the enemy ground invasion.
Well, we only lost one. But yeah, we're going to need a fleet to go out there and relieve Andoria now. It's been under siege for too long. I do wish I gained war score, though, for repulsing their invasions. That would be a nice addition. Mostly because it would encourage people to ensure that they can indeed take it before they assault. Of course, that would just mean that they'd pile together a ton of armies rather than using smaller strike forces. Now, I do need to get resources. So I have minerals. You are a vassal of the Ferengi, which I'm not a big fan of, but I'll take what I can get. We share star charts. So I'll give you 1,000 for just a little over 1,000.
An alien empire wishes to commune.
That's the Breen over there. Or at least it should be.
Breakthrough achieved.
Power hub, helpful. Let's go ahead and get you know what, I guess I'll go for the targeting sensors, though I don't think we'll use it in reality. Now, Chai has an empty slot to build a power hub on. The main issue is you guys are growing so damn slow. You really are. There's nothing I can do to speed it up. Otherwise, I would. Increases blank of all our troops. Well, that doesn't tell me what it actually does. Now, I have the same amount of cruisers as them. I have more destroyers than them, but they also have more patrol frigates. And depending upon how my guys decide to prioritize targets, that could end up actually being in their best interest. But this is, I'm pretty sure, pretty much their only fleet. So if I win here, preferably decisively, but I think we can make do without an actual decisive victory. But again, it is preferable. We greet you. And yeah. I figured I would try. But hey, I mean, we could be friends, Breen. We really could be.
We are tracking enemy.
Oh, we got a sizable little Bolian League fleet coming in. Now this is where my main issue lies. My guys don't seem to be going for their cruisers. And it looks like Stellaris Combat, for some reason, has an issue of, well, at least recently, of wanting to always go after the most recent addition to a battle, rather than focusing down the guys that it was already firing on. It says, oh, these guys are new to the fight, let's deal with them first. Why would you deal with them first? Just because they're the most recent addition does not mean that they should be the priority target. Again, if I was Vera Krutov, I'd be telling my guys to focus down their cruisers, because those are the things that are providing the bulk of their fleet power, not these patrol frigates in reality, at least on a per ship basis. So now we'll jump out of there. We did damage, but it's not enough to win. Just due to the fact that Stellaris ship targeting is complete and utter crap half the time. It really is. It could not prioritize the right target if its life depended on it. Now that did relieve the troops at Andoria for a little while. So they have gotten back up to full health. But now I need to wait to get my cruisers back because, well, we can't really do anything without cruisers. But yes, so, I mean, I'd really love it if there was a little bit more control over how your ships target things, because, oh yeah, they're going after the wrong targets, in my opinion. They really are.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
I mean, at least in base Stellaris, small will typically target, or is designed at least, to target the little corvettes. Large will typically be designed to target battleships and cruisers. Medium would do destroyers and cruisers. But here you only have small and large, and it doesn't seem as though it affects their targeting priority. They still seem to prioritize just whatever. Which, again, in my opinion, is stupid. They shouldn't be a just go for whatever. It really should be, okay, the cruisers on a per ship basis are the main thing providing fleet power. The AI can and will retreat if it thinks it's going to lose the battle, and it will partly use its existing fleet power relative to your fleet power to determine that. So if you knock out the cruisers, enough of them, the AI may eventually decide, okay, my fleet power is too low, I need to GTFO from this fight, and as a result, it decides to GTFO. But nonetheless, for the most part, the troops did their job. They distracted the AI long enough for the troops on Andoria to get their health back. I just wish that they were a little bit more competent at knocking out the enemy fleet at the same time.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Don't really care for that. Honestly, I don't really care for any of those there.
An alien empire wishes to communicate.
And yeah, their weapons have bonus damage to shields, while ours are shield penetration and armor. So they're knocking down our shields and then doing full whatever their damage is. 17 to 21. While we are doing 10 to 30, but we first need to knock down their shields. Basically what I'm saying is I wish I had plasma. We'd be in a much better position if I had access to plasma disruptors. And technically I can eventually get a heavy plasma cannon. We've seen it when I played as the United Federation of Planets. But the main issue is first I need to get it. And until then, yeah, there's not much I can do about it.
We are tracking an enemy fleet.
Oh, this one's 21, so they finally decided to actually build up a assault army.
We are tracking an enemy fleet.
Oh, with an additional 6 to back it up now as well. Let's move to the in-system view, just so that time will hopefully tick a little bit faster.
Our enemies hurl themselves at one of our planets.
Now they're gonna win that. There's nothing I can do about it.
We are tracking an enemy fleet. The enemy dares to occupy one of our planets.
Got some more cruisers coming in, but again, main issue is just going to be a... yeah, now they're up to 10,000. Again, ship priority targeting is just complete and utter crap in Stellaris.
Construction complete.
It really is. Now, honestly, I do feel as though it's a little bit worse in this mod. Mostly as a result of there only being 2 weapon types. Light and heavy.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
I don't know where are you guys going. You're following the second fleet. I don't know where the second fleet is going, but I'm going to assume it's going to La Isabella.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
And as a result, I'm going to go ahead and tell my fleet to start making their way up there. I'd prefer if you took the route of Seoul to Isabel, just to minimize the chance of you running into the enemy fleet along the way. Ooh, actually, that might be a fun little thing to do. Jump there, then jump into the system, and then target. This is to try and get you as close to them as you move into position as possible. And then... yeah, we're gonna have to go to Delta Pavonis.
Construction complete.
Damn it, they escaped. How the hell did they escape? They're too close. I'm pretty sure they're too far away to be able to jump. Oh my god, game, what the hell? We didn't even join the battle, so there's no way they emergency FTL'd.
We are tracking an enemy fleet. We are tracking an enemy fleet.
Do I only have the options of light and heavy? Or, excuse me, light and limited? I guess I do. Well, that's kind of annoying, actually, game. Oh, never mind. They landed on the planet to escape. That's actually annoying.
They are assaulting our spaceport. Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Yes. I will say definitely yes to better shields.
They are assaulting our spaceport.
You are a Constitution. Let's get another NX refit. Oh, did I upgrade the stuff on our transports? I don't think I did. No, I did not. You don't need those, game, damn it. Inertial dampeners on those. Actually, just do a quick free upgrade on your stuff there if you don't mind. This way you can move around much faster. God, you guys are so slow.
Our ships have been made superior.
There we go. Now you guys can get there in one jump. You can go down to light now. Minimize damage to the planet. Oh, and our Empress just died. Well, you'll be in charge for a while. There we go, now you're finally jumping down there. They had a transport fleet that was following you. I don't know where it went, but it seems it decided to, like, go home or something.
We have established a new planetary base.
Can't say I'm a big fan of that neutrality center, if you don't mind, game. Increase naval capacity. Ship build speed increase and ship upkeep. Yes. That'll get you up to 3 NX refits, so let's get another Constitution. That's technically not a Constitution, like I've said numerous times already.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
I prefer power drilling.
Initiating ground assault. Victory shall be ours.
Now, I will probably have to fall back.
Our warriors have failed
To let my troops recover. But their troops aren't going to recover, so we'll basically just be using the World War I strategy of just keep attacking and wear them down. Eventually we'll succeed in taking the planet in this case rather than the trench. Now we do have some Vulcans here that are helping us a little bit. Okay, go ahead and land again. Not all of you are at max health, but whatever, I don't care.
Construction complete.
As long as you can destroy their actual assault armies, we'll be fine.
Our warriors are
And we
victorious.
did lose some stuff there, so we're gonna do some replacements with local Andorians, I think. Oh no, we'll just do local Terrans then. Because it doesn't matter. Now, one issue I have is my goals are Delta Pavonis, Belarus, Way, and that. So they're all up here, their fleet's over here, so they'd be able to get to me relatively quickly. If I had wanted R'htor, I'd actually be able to jump there and probably take it before their fleet could really react.
Achieved.
Or at least knock out the spaceport before they could react. But in this case, that isn't the case.
An enemy fleet.
And they're adding some more ships to their mix. And these are the ones with the aceton thing. I don't have access to those. It's about 8 months. Well, 7 probably, really. Maybe 6 even. You know what? Go ahead and just meet these random things.
Special project complete.
I think that was the Cardassians declaring a rivalry with the Klingons.
Wishes to communicate. An alien empire wishes to communicate.
Now I have the option of joining the interspecies medical exchange. We're going to say no. Because it just seems weird for us to join that, outside of maybe to find better ways to kill them, but besides that, really, it seems weird for us as the Terran Empire to join something like that. I mean, maybe it's just me. Although I think, well, actually I'm pretty sure I gain occupation no matter what, actually, so let's jump to R'htor. I'll gain war score for an occupation period, I'm pretty sure. I just won't get the ticking war score in this case. But that's fine. 20 war score for occupying R'htor is still beneficial. So yeah, we're gonna go and try and occupy the one planet in the R'htor system for some of that sweet, sweet war score. And then we'll probably be ending the part because it has been, well, it'll probably have been an hour by then. Set you to limited bombardment, get over there, go, go, go. I need you to jump in there and try and deal with that stuff before their fleet can react. It looks like it's already reacting because it's no longer orbiting La Isabella. And if I was a betting man, I'd say they're heading over here to stop us. And the thing is, they would be able to stop us.
We are tracking an enemy fleet.
Ah, but they do have a small fleet going still to La Isabella because it was going there to regroup. Well, I presume to regroup. That's a Constitution. That'll get you to 4, so you need an NX refit. I will have Mars build it because Mars can build it a little bit faster. Now, presumably, yes, you're still going. Okay, you're preparing to warp Delta Pavonis. I don't know how large your warp range is, so you may need to stop in Devron if I'm lucky.
Attack run on enemy spaceport. We are tracking an enemy fleet.
Okay, that's a little bit of war score for us. I don't know where their fleet is, and again, the issue is sensor range is practically non-existent in this mod, so there's no way for me to find out where their fleet is until it's basically right on top of me.
We are tracking an enemy fleet.
Unless it's within our borders. And, well, it's clearly not within our borders and any of our controlled systems because, well, we know it was there. And we saw that one fleet was jumping to Delta Pavonis, so I'd imagine it was jumping there to probably go to Devron or Rator, whichever way is, depending on if it can jump straight to Rator or not, is the main thing.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
I think I'm just gonna go for the engineering station. I don't really care for either of those, game. Now, Andori is complaining about unrest. Can't say I'm too surprised. It was occupied, but two, it's just is filled with a bunch of enslaved pops, so they're just generally pissed. Now, I might be able to squeeze in getting that spaceport back up and operational before they can do anything about it. I still don't know where their fleet is, though. It might be getting distracted and doing something else, which is fine with me.
Our enemies hurl themselves at one of our planets.
Nope, nope, we just found it. They are going to be taking Lisabella, though. Well, maybe not, actually, because I do have the planetary fortifications in my favor. Yeah, no, you're not going to be able to jump back. And actually, I didn't lose any guys with the retaking Andoria, so whoops. Okay, I need to take a look at these. Okay, no, all of our fleet, or all of our ships except for the patrol frigates have crew bunk, so I can only assume the ships that are damaged are, yeah, patrol frigates. Now we're going to try and do some damage, but I think we're just going to run from this battle.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Wonderful. Yeah, I wouldn't mind some better... Oh, our scientist died on one of our ships. That's fine. We can replace him later. Ooh, we're actually doing pretty decent here. Maybe I won't have to run from this battle. Because now you guys look like you're actually taking down the... Oh. Ooh. The Orions have shifted toward being a little bit more xenophobic. Now my guys are actually seem to be prioritizing the cruisers, which is great. I'm going to say those are our NX refits, using their heavy cannons to focus down the things, but I don't actually know. Wonderful. Great job, guys. That's helpful.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Don't care for the engineering station, to be honest. I'll take crew quarters, though. It's better than crew bunks. It does the same job, it just does that same job better. I am losing stuff.
Construction complete.
But it's mostly patrol frigates or destroyers that I'm losing. But I have lost cruisers, but I'm not surprised by that. If you guys can knock out that last cruiser, that'd be wonderful. We'll leave after that.
Incoming transmission.
You want white peace. I might end up accepting that. We'll see, though. Well... No, we're crushing you now here. At least I'd say we are. Our fleet will be very, very battered, though.
Enemy fleet.
But this battle will... This battle should result in a victory for us if I just keep fighting it. Because pretty much all you have left are patrol frigates. But the main issue is that, yeah, you have numbers to your advantage. Yeah, we're going to retreat from that battle. Still up for that whole white piece thing? No. But I think that's mostly because my fleet is missing in action. Oh, shit. Get to Earth. When will you guys be returning? Well, you're going to be going to Earth as well. Upgrade the spaceport there, Isabella. Let's get your spaceport up as well. I'm gonna have you guys go into orbit of Andoria for now. No, game. I will tell you when I want to join it. Don't ask me every frickin' couple of months. Can't merge different FTL types, game. You know that's a load of bull, right? Oh, never mind. It's just because one is cooling down. And I assume the reason it doesn't let you merge them is because it probably would have a bug, knowing Stellaris. Okay, so we have our NX refits. They survived. So that's kind of annoying, though, that Earth lost its spaceport, but we'll be fine. Once our fleet arrives here and destroys these guys. Because we should just rip right through them. Especially because they don't have real shields, for one thing. Yeah, I probably should have accepted that white piece offer. But oh well, too late now. Can't do anything about it. Okay.
Situation log update.
Don't care.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Crew quarters is helpful, at least to a degree. Let's get Biolab, yeah. Ooh, we're gonna get new shields in a little bit as well. I am gonna go. What was it that we just? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and replace our crew quarters with, or our crew bunks with crew quarters, real quick. But we won't be telling any of our ships to upgrade until after we have applied the new shields that we're gonna be unlocking in just a moment. Actually, we'll probably not even apply any upgrades until we get the impulse thrusters that we're about to unlock as well. Not comparatively, yeah, you're still listed as superior. Because you have all your spaceports, basically. They're all just sitting there waiting.
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
Okay, so covariant shields are good if you plan to focus mostly on short, decisive engagements. However, regenerative shields are better if you plan to rely on a fleet of larger, slower vessels, which is what I plan to do, and would result in longer military engagements.
Breakthrough achieved.
So let's go ahead and apply the regenerative shields to everybody, even the faster ships that aren't going to be needing to worry about that. Alpha Centauri, they got a 3K. Well, 3.7. Well, where is it going? Oh, it's coming here to Mars. You know what? If you want to do that, be my guest. My fleet will be here waiting for you.
Breakthrough achieved.
Yeah, that would be great. Let's also go ahead and now slap the better impulse thrusters on. Legit impulse thrusters, not the sub-impulse thrusters we were apparently running around with.
We are tracking an enemy fleet.
Now, I wish I could have you guys do your upgrades, but you can't.
Construction complete.
Okay, Andoria's done. Presumably this battle is probably going to be pretty much the final battle. I need more Intrepids. Which is great, because that's the thing I can afford. Okay.
Incoming transmission.
You will pay the price for opposing us.
You know what? I really don't want to do this. I really don't, especially since my fleet here with the support of the space station, which is almost done, and it can actually still fire even before it's completed, as far as I know at least. It can get destroyed relatively quickly. Could probably knock out these 22 patrol frigates, but because I really need to build up my fleet again, I'm going to accept your peace offer. They need to build up their fleet as well, which, granted, I don't really want them to do, but yeah, like I said, I need to build up my fleet, so we're just going to go ahead and accept that. Like I said, we probably could have won that battle, and that may have been the turning point of the war, but I didn't want to risk having it result in, well, us actually still losing. So I'm going to end this part once Earth spaceport, or space, what are the hell they called? Starbase is built back up. Or is finished being built, excuse me. Physics lab there. I need extra minerals, so I'm going to have you build a mining network. I am going to replace... No. I'm going to replace your thing with a Paradise Dome. Well, no, actually, it's probably better to do that on a tile that isn't as great. Like you. Actually. Wait. No, never mind, yeah. You're roughly the same. So, Paradise Dome here. Make people a little bit happier. Now, sadly... the next time, the Ferengi might end up being in the war, because they do have association status. So that is something we'll have to deal with. I'm going to go and tell you guys to upgrade. You know, I'll let you get the upgrades out of the way real quick.
You will pay the price.
And we'll be spending the next couple parts building up our fleet again.
Our ships have been made superior.
It's about 200 there. You guys should still be equivalent. Let's actually pull this up. Sort by relative power. So the Tamarians have superior fleet. I don't want those. I don't want any Fallens or Primitives. Just give me people that are actual empires. So the Breen are crap. Why are the Breen crap? Are they in a war? No. They don't have any truces going on right now, so the Breen just have no military. And I mean, hell, my military got attacked. And it's still larger than theirs. That is a little bit sad. So that's going to be it for this part. Next part we will be, like I said, spending it for the most part, building up our fleets. Or building our fleet back up from that battering it took. Although we did sort of even it out towards the end of the war. But yeah, I think subsequent wars will be just sort of a stomp going forward. In my opinion, at least. I think that's the way it's going to end up going. Is that future battles are just going to stomp over the enemy. But yeah, so that's going to be it for this part. Like I said, I will see you on the next part. A quick reminder that if you do enjoy the content on the channel, I do have a Patreon if you want to join it. If you become a patron at the $5 month tier, in fact, you can get yourself as an admiral or a general. Because I accidentally selected the army first. But you could, if you wanted to, theoretically get yourself as a admiral. If you become a patron at the $5 a month tier. You just got to give me a name to use and voila, you can be in the game. As the Admiral of the First Fleet, replacing Vera Krutov, if you felt so inclined. But yeah, so, like I said, that's going to be it for this part. But yeah, you don't have to become a patron at the $5 a month tier. If you do at the $1 a month tier, you get early access to videos. But $5 a month tier, you can get yourself as an admiral, a general, a governor, whatever, if you really want to be in the campaign. But that's going to be it for this part. I will see you all next time, where we will be, like I said, rebuilding our fleet. Probably mostly comprised of cruisers, maybe some destroyers, but mostly cruisers. Because patrol frigates, they just go down a little bit too quickly to be particularly useful. They really do. Same reason I don't actually use corvettes in base Stellaris. After a while, because they just die far too quickly, in my opinion, to really be of any real use. I mean, people might use them as meat shields, but to be honest, I say, if you really need to use them as meat shields, you probably just need to get your other stuff to have better survivability. But yeah, so I'll see you all in the next part, but until then, a goodbye and a farewell.